estate business.
Thank you for the little quote thing there. Those of you watching us on Facebook saw him do that. That's because I forgot to push the buttons.
As I told somebody the other day, I said, I can get up here and talk, but I said, I don't really know how this works. So,
but it's supposed to be lit
I
up.
I know 3 buttons and 3 switches on this dial, right? That's all I know, 3 buttons and 3 switches.
Yep, that was Kenny Rogers. He passed away back 3 days ago at the age of 81.
It's so sad. I was just telling Jimmy that I have listened to more Kenny Rogers than I care to admit back during his heyday.
I still like his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I like his story songs. Reuben James and Lucille and all that stuff. I'm a sucker for a story song.
Coward of the County.
Yeah,
that was always one of my favorites.
Absolutely. This is The Voice for Real Estate. It is a Monday morning presentation of Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors. Brent Ward, our host, and over in the corner.
Yeah, we have a special guest with us this morning.
Wait a minute. We got to get the man in the corner.
Oh, the way corner. We're going way corner over here.
Paul, can you reach out into the real world? Paul Schulze's over there. He is our engineer. He makes sure that we get all of our stuff on social media, and today in particular, the CWTAR Facebook page.
That's right.
Let's go to Facebook Live, and there we are.
Yes.
All right. Now, we do have a special guest
Now we
with
can
us.
talk about our special guest that we have with us this morning. So off to my left, so if you're watching this on Facebook Live, you can see this is Mr. Daniel Witherspoon, and he is with JDog Junk and Removal and Hauling. How you doing this morning, Daniel?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. So Daniel,
pull that mic a little closer to you if you don't
Daniel
mind.
is one of our affiliate sponsors there at the board office.
Yeah.
Very real estate friendly and participates in a lot of stuff that we do there at the office. I've seen Daniel many times up there. And so let's just off the basic. I mean, your name kind of says what you do, but tell us a little bit about what you do.
Pretty much we just take the ease out of cleaning your house. So it's, we're junk removal. We do anything from, if you need a couch or an appliance removed to a whole house cleaned out. We're able to handle it.
All right. Yeah, that's. I thought that was kind of interesting. The first time I met Daniel, and we talked about what he did, I thought, well, that's a very interesting and well-needed service that we did not really have. You had to pick up the phone and try to hunt somebody down that would come do that kind of stuff for you.
Yeah.
But you guys are like full on. If you've never seen him, they have the coolest logo. And I believe it's up on our Facebook page right now. Not to mention you can't miss it, his truck, which I saw parked out front when I got here this morning. And he's got a trailer that looks just like his truck that he hauls around with him as well, too.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it. You ever seen him, Brian?
No, I haven't, but I'll be looking for it.
Oh, you can't miss it. You see this logo?
I'm looking at the T-shirt from the sweatshirt from here. That's you can see that.
So there's something special about, and he is part of a franchise. And there's, I think I heard you mention it before we came on the air. How many locations do you guys have?
Right now we have about 220 locations nationwide.
Nationwide. Wow. There's something special about being an owner of a JDog Junk Removal. What is that?
Oh yes, to even be considered to buy into the franchise, you need to be a veteran or a direct veteran family member.
Wow, good deal.
And so, Daniel, thank you for your service. Is from the Army, and so we thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
So, with that being said, some of the cool stuff out there that they do. Tell us just some of the stuff that you do besides just the junk removal. I'm just kind of glancing at your card over here. You do quite a bit.
Yeah, when we do small shed demos, I just did one last week. It was a 30 by 30 garage that somebody needed removed, and we come in, pieced everything out. We recycle what all can be recycled and reuse what can be used. We try to keep as much out of the dumps as we can.
Right.
So, because we want to be responsible and all that, and that's kind of our whole thing. Just be as responsible as a junk removal company as we can, keep as much out of the landfills as we can, and just, renew everything that can be renewed, in which we do a lot of donating and stuff. Whenever we do get good furniture and appliances, we make sure that goes to somebody in need.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So I see on here, so it doesn't cost anything for you to come out and get an estimate?
No, if people are just wondering how much it costs, I'm happy to come out and take a look, because I've had some people be like, oh, I think it's this much of your trailer, and get out there and be like, no, you were way off. It's actually this much. So, I don't like doing the quotes over the phone, because, my eyes are trained on how we do our bidding process, which is all through trailer volume. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty good at, filling that trailer effectively and doing accurate quotes.
So I got to ask, just because of our current situation that our world is in right at the very moment. So have you noticed any slowdown, pickup, or whatever? Because I know what my thoughts are on it.
It's actually I'm getting quite a few calls, because I guess everybody's trapped in the house, and they're like, why not clean up? And which we're here to oblige by that. We offer the full no contact junk removal. So I could send you an invoice over email, come do my estimates. I don't even have to see your face. So we can do everything over the phone.
Wow.
So that way it's, we want to protect our customers, and I want to protect my employees as well.
Right. That's a good use of social distancing, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the buzz
That's
phrase
the
I'm supposed to be
buzzword.
using?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I'm pretty good at it. Daniel and I were talking about it over the weekend with his military background. Tell me how you kind of explained it to your wife, what's going on right now.
It's like I told her, I was like, it feels like I'm deployed again. I mean, you get stuck at home. Then if you go out, you got to get all prepared and get your Lysol and your hand sanitizer and all that. It's going out on a mission to face the dangerous coronavirus.
Yeah, it really is. Do you feel like when you walk out the door in the morning that there's something in the air that's going to make an attempt to get you?
No, I don't.
No,
I don't
not that
feel
far.
that way. So
Actually, right now, I'm feeling when I walk outside like everything seems cleaner to me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got out and drove around. We just got bored. I mean, you can only stay in the house with 2 kids for a long time. You just got to get out for a minute. So we all just piled into the Camaro and just drove around town for about 30 minutes and came back. And
You said Camaro. You're making me.
I know. I said that on
waft
purpose.
Back.
I said that on purpose because your Camaro grew into a Cadillac.
It sure did. It sure did. My grandkids grew up. I had to get something bigger.
Yeah, well, I'm still stuffing mine into the back seat. I push my son in all the time. I'm like, get in.
Get in there. Squeeze
Yeah,
up.
we're not getting rid of it yet. I haven't had it long enough to get rid of it.
right.
But yeah, we drove around, and that was Saturday night, and I bet there wasn't a quarter of the amount of people out driving around.
Yeah,
on
my
Saturday
son
night.
gave me a phone reports Sunday morning. He was driving around. He said, "This is closed. This is open. This is closed." And we went. We used the pickup service at one of the local grocery stores. You call it in or do it online, and then you go pick it up. And of course, right now they'll tell you that you may or may not get everything you ordered.
Right.
From an order of X amount of dollars, we got almost half of what we ordered.
Half of what you ordered.
And meat included,
Okay.
And canned goods were the things that we were missing more than anything else.
I noticed that when I went grocery shopping the other day.
Yep.
Canned aisles were pretty sparse.
Yep. I can make do with some pimento cheese and a couple of stalks of celery if I have to. But right now, you can't even find that.
Yeah. No, just shoot me now if I got to eat celery. I can't get that stuff down.
That's why you get the pimento cheese.
I have had peanut butter, pimento cheese. I think if you doused it in alcohol, I still couldn't get it down. Oh man, you're just making my taste buds turn inside out.
I understand. I'm assuming, and Daniel, you can tell us for sure. The company JDog is licensed and bonded and all of that good stuff. So, should the worst happen and one of your folks gets hurt on our property, then you're covered.
Oh yes, I have workman's comp on all of my employees and everything, and we are fully insured. We're insured to do like commercial factory clean out. So if anyone is needing, reassurance, I will gladly provide a certificate of insurance and everything. So it's.
Now, you have something on your card here. And by the way, we have some of JDog's cards up at our office. Unfortunately, our doors are closed right now. So if you want one, you'll have to ring the bell. We'll bring it out to you. But if you need to stop by and pick some up, we have some up at the board office. But I noticed one thing, and I asked you about this, was home staging. So that one kind of threw me off guard just a little bit. So tell me about that little piece of it.
Yeah, it's home staging just pretty much falls into our labor service. So because if I have a client right now that is scheduled an appointment, need help moving from an apartment on the 3rd story. So he called me, be like, "Hey, would you mind coming out?" And I was like, "All right, it's X amount of dollars an hour for me and a couple guys, and we do all the labor for you." So I'm not allowed to move anything, but we will pack your truck for you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can move it around inside.
Yes.
Furniture.
I can't
load it up and haul it to another location.
I'm just not allowed to haul things from point A to point B. I don't do moving like that.
There you go. That's right.
But yeah, I'll move it from your apartment manpower into your moving truck.
Gotcha.
No problem. So,
Yeah.
One thing that's not on the card, or maybe I'm missing it because we're sharing over here, but a lot of times you get people who have situations within their own home where they need to do some interior rearranging, like move an office to where a bedroom was, or vice versa. Or do you do that kind of that thing also?
Yes, that just pretty much falls into our labor services.
Yeah, so you basically take the furniture apart, move it to the other room, and put it back together. And that.
Oh yes, because I've had businesses call me, be like, "Hey, we're moving desks around, and take these desks, put in this room, these put in here." and we take care of all that for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then of course we got the storage container, which you talked about that, and the moving truck packing. So you'll come in, help pack up,
Yes.
get it all out to the truck, and get them loaded up. Yeah, I'm thinking about my parents who are naturally elderly, and with my dad's Parkinson's, it's difficult for them to pretty much move anything around, and so they're always having to either wait for me or my brother or my son to get off work, and so. If they needed a bunch of stuff moved, it'd probably be better to contact you to have you come do that kind of stuff. I don't even know if they know you're out there or not. I'll have to make sure to take them this card when we get done with this show.
Yeah.
So deconstruction and demolition, you kind of hit on this just a little bit. So
yeah, we do just like small standalone sheds and stuff like that. So it's I'm glad to come give an estimate on any building that needs to be demolished and stuff like that, or removed. So we about the biggest thing we do right now is mobile homes.
Oh wow!
So do the removal for them. I'm looking into doing some bigger things, but that takes a little bit more logistics.
To me, taking down a mobile home seems like that's pretty. that requires a little logistics right there yourself. How in the world do you actually haul it off, or you take it? You literally demolish it where it is?
We do like Johnny Cash, one piece at a time.
Okay.
That works.
However you get it out, right?
Exactly. One piece at a time. We'll get it out of there.
Man, we had a couch one time. We had to move down from upstairs on the second story. I don't even know how we got it up there, but taking it down, that required a saw.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I am not moving this thing back downstairs. It was a sectional, and it was huge and heavy, and it would have torn the yard up. The house up. So I'm looking at your card. I saw yard cleanup. So anything with that? Anything you expand on the yard cleanup?
Well, just pretty much, let us come look at it, and I'll see what it'll need, whether it's some storm damage where trees have come down and all that, and we'll, I get free estimates for all that.
And then talking about yard cleanup, this is something I remember you mentioned to me in the office not too long ago. So you've kind of started something new that you're doing kind of locally to kind of help out just a little bit.
Yeah, I started a new rural area curbside pickup option because people in city limits have that option to set big bulk items out. And I'm saying that the rural community, don't even have an option right
Correct.
now. They don't know who to call.
Yeah.
So what we've started doing is it's an on-call basis. You call, then I get all your information, send you an invoice, and for a single item like a couch, a refrigerator, just a single item, we'll pick up for $50.
All you had to do is get it out to the street.
Yes.
Yeah, and just swing by there. That was a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
I live in the county.
Yeah.
And I know I've run into that before where I've got like stuff I need hauled off, and I don't have a problem getting it out to the curb. I just don't have any way to get it anyplace else past the curb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're here to kind of fill that gap, in which I wish I could do it for free, but hey, I'm a business. I have costs. I have employees. So,
we understand that.
Yeah.
We've all owned a business or two in our lifetime,
yeah.
so we know how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to do as much as you can to give back, but you still have to put food on the table in the
Exactly.
end. So, yeah, we get that. So, speaking of food on the table, I think we got some sponsors, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, indeed, and they are, I would guess you would call these ancillary businesses to the real estate business. When you're doing a real estate transaction, you're going to need somebody in these fields, and we have some suggestions for you.
We do. That's right.
Number one is the mortgage, and I was looking at the markets a while ago. The 10-year Treasury is back down below 1% again, which means that long-term rates are probably going to stay down. So now's the time to pick up a mortgage. I know you get tired of hearing they're at record lows, but they are.
They are at record lows, and I can tell you that I had somebody text me the other day, mortgage person, and tell me that rates aren't at zero, but what it means, there's no bottom.
Yeah.
Like, there's no bottom where they can go. And I asked if they'd ever seen anything like this because they've been in the business a long time. And they said they saw something happen like this for like 2 days after 9/11, and that was it. It went right back up.
But it's low, and
it's crazy.
That means that you can afford more because your payment's going to be lower.
That's right.
So get down to Leaders Mortgage Services. Let them go there and keep your social distance, or call them on the phone.
Call them on the phone,
and let them look at what you have. Give them the information they need as far as your financial information. what you're hoping to do, what you want to do, and they can do a pre-certification for you and give you an idea of what size and price house you can buy, and that gives you a leg up when you call your realtor and head out into the field. They can also give you many options on what kind of mortgages are available for you and save you as much money as possibly can, not only on your payments, but in some cases on down payments and closing costs too. So a lot of moving parts as far as a mortgage is concerned. You need someone who knows how to put them in the right order, and that would be Leaders Mortgage Services. 215-6678 here in the city. You got to insure that property once you own it. Angie Hooten Hughes, your agent for Allstate Insurance, can help you put that homeowner's insurance policy together. Make sure you got all the coverages bound and ready to go at closing time. And while you're there, let her look at the rest of your insurance portfolio, your life insurance, your automobiles, your homeowners. Maybe a lot of people carry a blanket coverage for liability over and above their homeowners. They can take care of that for you too. Let them package all that, give you a quote on a bundle package, and you'll have everything right there in one spot. It'll save you some headaches. It'll save you some money. Angie Hooten Hughes. The number to call locally is 668-1990. And then, of course, you need an attorney to make sure everything is legal and above board. That is Bird & Bird in Jackson since 1985. As far as real estate is concerned, they're going to look at every transaction as if it was the only one they had to work with. They review all aspects of that situation: the titles, the covenants, the restrictions, the zoning, deed restrictions, subdivision restrictions. Make sure that when you sign on the line that you have clear and marketable title to that piece of property. Bird & Bird, 424-7188. Another one of our great sponsors here on The Voice for Real Estate with Brent Ward.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate that. And also with us, if you just tuned in with us, we have a special guest with us, especially if you tuned in on our Facebook page out there. So we have Mr. Daniel Witherspoon with JDog, Junk Removal and Hauling. And what we were talking about going into the show is he provides the necessary need that I don't think we actually had a company to do this type of stuff that I've ever remembered, and I've lived here my whole life. Like I said, you always had to try to hunt down somebody. Hey, does anybody know anybody that'll do this? And those guys weren't insured or bonded or anything. They just, just somebody you hired out on the street. Now you've actually got somebody here that actually is licensed, insured, a business, professional at it. Super nice guy. Like I said, if you just tuned in, I've met Daniel a million times because he's also an affiliate member at the association office. A lot of our agents use you, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've heard them talk about it.
Yes.
So, yeah, a lot of our real estate agents, will use him. Definitely, he's a name that they give out when people need stuff done.
Good deal.
And we keep talking about this card. I'm going to hold it up. So if you're looking online, this is the card that me and Jimmy are cheating off of back here. But we have these at our board office. You can stop by here and pick these up. And so tell us how they can get in touch with you if they need something done. That's pretty important.
Well, if you need something, you could either go to my Facebook page and send me messages that way, which I'll actually put that flyer on my Facebook page once I get out of here.
Okay,
but,
perfect.
Either go to our website, jdogjunkremoval.com, or call 844-GET-JDog.
Okay, 844-GET-JDog.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. And the good thing about it is veteran-owned and operated.
That's right.
Yes.
And that makes it that much better.
It does.
I always feel comfortable working with retired veterans. One of the home inspectors I used to use all the time, he's also retired veteran. He's from the Navy, though, so don't hold that against him. My dad's retired veteran from the Air Force, so don't hold that against him either.
Oh, no. We all share the same military values.
You do.
So,
Yeah, you do. And I just feel
Absolutely.
comfortable. Our current treasurer right now, he's retired from the Marines. So,
Yeah.
see, I got one I know somebody in every category. So, so one of the things that he had down here was talking about it helps you sell your homes faster. And, I think as a home seller, and I've been 1, 2, or 3 times in my lifetime or whatever, once you get ready to move, there's always some stuff left over that you don't really want to take with you to a new house, right?
Yes, exactly. And it's, how we do it faster is just, we're able to get in there with we have no emotion kind of tied to the thing.
Correct.
Because whenever you're going through your stuff, everybody's like, I might need this, and you won't see it again for another 2 years. So,
Right.
and it's, And it's just, you don't have time to run to the dump yourself and do all that. So usually for us to do a full trailer job, we can do it in about 2 hours.
Wow.
And that's
2
filling
hours.
a large dumpster.
Right.
So, and it's, with us doing all the labor while you're sitting back drinking lemonade, doing your social distancing.
Right.
Oh, Lordy. So, okay, so in this line of work, now I know we talked a little bit about this for a show, but in this line of work, you're bound to every once in a while run across some interesting stuff because I clarified this, that once you come and pick it up, like it's now yours to trash, recycle, take home, stick in your garage, whatever. It's just kind of the way that it is, right?
Oh, yes.
So you're bound to run across some interesting stuff in the process of what you do.
I haven't run across anything too interesting yet, just a few old tools and some, old stuff like that. But a lot of our other franchise owners have run across interesting things. Like the owner has the first 20 editions of Sports Illustrated.
Really?
So, yes, the very first 20. And seeing y'all's microphones, he actually found a old microphone in a box with a receipt from 1932. Still in perfect condition, radio, microphone. So they find a lot of stuff like that, Rolexes, just old valuable baseball cards. There's been some Mickey Mantles and Ty Cobbs found in people's attics that they never knew. It's just we actually take the time to go through and find anything of value, so that way,
Man, I'd love to have that 32 microphone. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Whether it works or not, I don't care.
I'll make a call for you.
See, there you go. Might be on its way.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yeah, I find that interesting because I'm thinking in my head, I remember when my grandmother moved out of her house that she'd lived in pretty much ever since my grandfather and her had gotten married. And my mother went through as much as she could go through, and after a while, she was just like, "That's it. I can't go through anymore. Like, I don't know what else is up here. I'm at the point I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want it gone." So we got a couple of guys that we use for all kinds of odds and ends jobs, and we kind of laughed about. There's no telling what they actually got out of there with, because we know once they got it out of the attic, they went through it somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so, but yeah, that, like you said, take the time to go through it. But so anyway, we have Mr. Daniel Witherspoon, JDog Junk Removal and Hauling. Look for the truck. You can't miss it. It's covered in camo and this really awesome Bulldog logo, which you can see on our Facebook page that Paul put up there for us. And if you can't see the truck, look for the giant trailer he pulls along behind it a lot of times, because it's as big as the truck. And also covered in the same camo and the big thing. So Jimmy's going to be looking for it now.
I will be looking for it.
Yeah, you can't miss it driving around. I see Daniel all over the place. There he goes. So, y'all have more than just that one, or is that one just yours?
That's the only truck I have at this time. I'm looking to expand here soon.
Okay. So. Yeah, I knew you'd mentioned that once before. So, all right. So tell us one more time how they get in touch with you again, Daniel.
All right, you could go to jdogjunkremoval.com. or call 844-GET-JDOG.
844-GET-JDOG. All right. Well, with that being said, Jimmy, I think we're a little early.
That's okay. That's fine.
That'll give you something else to talk about.
I'll tell you one thing you and I can talk about for a minute. Daniel, thank you for being here. Good to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll spread the word for you a little bit.
Will.
See if we can keep things going for you.
All right. I'd appreciate it.
The man back there in the closet, we introduced him a little earlier.
We did.
Paul Schulze. Now, with everything like it is, and we all know what like it is means, we're supposed to keep our distance, and for good reason. Over the weekend, my church and a lot of other churches in town did their sermons or their services, modified services, by social media.
Some sort of social media or some sort of teleconferencing site.
Yeah, in fact, my wife's Sunday school class met via Zoom.
Yep, ours did too.
And we had that thing going. So if your church or your organization is interested or needs services where you need to use social media and you need audio visual, Worthy Road Studios are the folks that you need to talk to.
That's right.
And that is Paul Schulze. He is our go-to guy, and he gets it all done for us. Multi-camera broadcast, sporting events, instant replays on TV that you see all the time. Professional audio with live graphics, 499-1730. His name is Paul, and he'll be more than happy to talk to you about that. It's Worthy Road Studio, Paul Schulze, and we wouldn't be on Facebook today were it not for him.
That's right, we wouldn't be. And I can tell you, as a Zoom user, which it's kind of funny. My wife was trying to explain it to me the other day because our Sunday school class did the same thing, and our church used Zoom as well too. She was trying to tell me about Zoom. I was like, "Whoop, hold up! I've been using Zoom for like the last 3 years because that's just our state started using it, and then we've been using it forever." And so I'm very familiar with it. Got a paid subscription to it and everything because we use it at board office all the time. But you're limited on that, on whatever's coming through on your camera on your screen. So if you need something a little bit more professional and you want it to look a little better, and somebody's actually there that can operate the sound, get a better picture quality, then definitely use Worthy Road Studios, because it's definitely a grade up than using Zoom. Zoom is handy for certain things.
It gets the job done.
It gets the job done, but
when you need a little higher level,
you need a little higher level, and you want it to keep it for future reference too. Definitely, you want something that's a little better grade than Zoom. And nothing wrong with Zoom. Like I said, I use it all the time. But Paul can do something totally different, like with our Facebook right now. As I was pointing out to Daniel before we got started, we got 3 cameras set up in here, and I know Paul has mobile station that he takes around with him as well too, because he does all the sporting events and all that kind of good stuff as well too.
Good guy, easy to deal with, and professional all the way.
He sure is.
Can't beat that.
No.
Well, we'll do this again next week if the good Lord's willing and the virus don't
Yeah,
rise.
text me on Sunday. Make sure I'm still planning on being here, and that something hadn't happened, and I'm laying sick in the bed or something.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
we're doing our bit to sanitize. There's a little bottle of Mike sanitizer right behind you there. So when you leave, we'll make it usable for the next guy. So
all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Microphone sanitizers. That's literally what it
says. If it don't move, it'll kill it.
See there? Microphone sanitizer. Yeah.
All right,
Jimmy.
Always
I
good to
appreciate
be with
it.
you,
Daniel,
man.
thanks again for being with us.
Yes, sir, Daniel. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. This has been the Voice for Real Estate presentation of CWTAR, the Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors. Brent Ward, your host, and sponsored by Leaders Mortgage Services, Allstate Insurance, Angie Hooten Hughes, your agent, and Bird Attorneys. And the mid-morning mix continues at 9:39.